It's okay, everything you feel. We spend our whole life trying to avoid what we feel, and most of us have low self-esteem and feel like we're not enough in some way, or we feel afraid, but we built up all these defense systems against that. So we build up all these things that to try and make us feel secure, but actually they make us feel more insecure. So we obtain all this money, but then if we obtain all this money, then we worry losing it. If we didn't have the money, we wouldn't have the worry of losing it. Or we build a reputation and then we fear that reputation. It stresses us to maintain it. Or lack. We don't feel enough for other people, so we're constantly trying to please them. And rather than staying in the emotion and exploring the emotion, we just run and keep trying to do these patterns again and again, and they never work. And actually, if there's a sitting with the emotion and you stop running, then what might reveal itself is that beingness, that aliveness, because it's right there. Like the thoughts are running in time, and the feelings in a way are in time as well, because the identification happens, and then it's I am someone, and I feel small because I've separated from this world. I feel afraid of this world. So the emotions are kind of going in time, but they're like a feeling. And then in that, there is the stillness. Most people, even in non-duality, just spend their time in the running away, in the activity of trying to get something. They're not even aware of what they feel. They can feel an underlying anxiety or pain in the body or dis-ease, but they're not aware that that their whole dynamic is just based on trying to avoid fear and get love. But you are love. Your nature is love. Your nature is so perfect, complete, and it's there supporting everything. It's there in the stillness of things. It's just there's been a getting lost in the movement. This subject is so beautiful, and it's not complicated, and you don't even need to get that heady about it. And it's an energetic shift from being this contracted person that feels like Gollum from Lord of the Rings, that they're not enough and that they're lackful, and this constant dis-ease, to boundlessness. And that boundlessness is there, kind of hiding away behind you, behind the appearance of you. And that boundlessness is you, but not a you going in time. So this whole world is made out of your essence, but not your essence in time. So who you truly are behind the seeking is freedom, is love, is wholeness. Your essence is complete, and there's not a thing that you've ever needed. You've never needed 1 ounce of validation. You've never needed safety. You've never needed anything that you seek. Your nature is it. The body is set up as an instrument that moves towards pleasure and avoids pain, but what I mean by seeking is seeking completion in that functioning. So there's a natural functioning to consume, so to drink the drink and to get pleasure, so drinking the drink is very pleasurable, and to move toward pain, so moving away from a burning fire or from a dog barking at you. Khaleesi's just about to start barking. She's on the balcony eating her bone, and I shut the balcony. She's going to see this head in a minute. She'll just look at me. And then, woof! She's so funny. So there is something that's experiencing itself, this isness, this aliveness, and it's awake, it's knowing, it knows everything, like this is registered, not the person that can move its attention and can be aware of things. If I say there's a spot on your nose, that person can be aware of it. But that which knows everything, that which is knowing the wall, the sounds. Even when the person is aware of the spot on their nose, they're like, ooh, spot. There's still a knowing of the wall, there's a knowing of the sound of Khaleesi. And they're mixed with this aliveness, this beingness, this amness, this that's always been there. And this is the essence, this is love, this is freedom, and that's what's there in every experience. But it gets veiled, it gets covered up by the one that feels like it's separate. First emotion is I'm not enough because I'm being abandoned by God. And fear, I'm afraid of this big world that I'm in relationship with.